Hello everyone, we are thrilled to welcome you to today's online workshop on women entrepreneurship, organized by the Laboratory of Industrial and Energy Economics of the School of Chemical Engineering and of the National Technical University of Athens. This is the sixth consecutive year our lab is hosting this event as part of the global initiative Women Entrepreneurship Week, which brings together over 140 universities worldwide. Our aim with this workshop is to shed some light on several key dimensions of female entrepreneurship in our country. And it is a great honor and privilege indeed to have some exceptionally talented women with us this evening, and we do hope that this event will not only be engaging but also inspiring, especially for our students. Now, I'm going to share a presentation. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to open today's event by providing some stylized facts on the global progress achieved in terms of reaching gender parity. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think that understanding where we roughly stand in terms of gender equality can help us better grasp why supporting high potential women entrepreneurs and unlocking their full potential is crucial to achieve the gender parity goal after all, and in essence, increase both economic and social prosperity in the long run. So in this slide here, we can have an idea about the global gender gap as measured by the World Economic Forum since 2006. So, according to the World Economic Forum and the 2024 Global Gender Gap Report, the global gender gap score stands at 68.5% for 146 countries in total, meaning that the gender gap has been closed to date, accounts for over 68%. The gender gap, of course, is narrowing, but what has been shown by the data recently is that the collective rate of progress has slowed down, meaning that without a bold push forward, it will take another 134 years or 5 generations to reach full parity. Now, looking at the 4 sub-indices that actually compose the global gender gap index, we can see that the largest gaps to breach are related to economic participation and opportunity, and of course, political empowerment and participation. The gap here to be closed is large, as top-level political positions are largely inaccessible to women even today. So, a long way to go here. And to have an idea about what is happening in regions, this slide shows the variations of the global gender gap for 2024 across the 8 regions that countries around the world are grouped into in this report. And as we can see, Europe leads the way and achieves a parity score of 75% this year, closely followed by Northern America and Latin America and the Caribbean. And of course, it's not surprising, as we can see on the left-hand side of this graph, that the 7 out of the top performing countries are from Europe. You can see the blue bars here. Iceland, for example, a very small country, has achieved almost full parity, displaying an impressive parity score exceeding 93%. Coming to Greece, Greece ranks 34th within Europe and 73rd globally, indicating, of course, that there is room for improvement for our country. However, there are some good news as well, because Greece is one of the 6 countries among 146 countries in total that have shown considerable improvement in the Global Gender Gap Index, climbing 20 places this year compared to 2023. Now, in terms of women labor force representation, although the numbers and the data show that numbers have improved in 2024, regional differences remain significant still. At the industry level, women's workforce representation remains below men's in nearly every industry and economy, with women accounting for approximately 42% of the global workforce. What is evident from the data, and you can see this trend very clearly here, is that nearly all countries have gender gap in digital skills and STEM. And this gap actually significantly impacts the participation and leadership of women in innovation and leadership transformation. And as we can see from this graph here, despite the fact that the proportions of women in both STEM and non-STEM workforce have gradually increased since 2016, this is the data we have here, still in 2024, women continue to have lower representation in the STEM workforce. So women are systematically underrepresented in STEM employment in comparison to men across all industries. Here, if you want to be more specific, we can see the highest share of women in STEM roles in different industries, ranging from infrastructure and education to manufacturing. It is interesting to keep in mind here that according to the World Bank, estimates, according to the World Bank, the closing of the gender gap in employment and entrepreneurship could increase global GDP by more than 20%, which is an important fact, I think, showing where we should be heading for. So here again, we can see this gap in STEM, which is depicted in the share of female researchers by region. Here we can see different regions of the world. Representation is, of course, here influenced by stereotypes at many levels. For instance, the perception that girls are less interested in engineering and computer science has been identified in children as young as the age of 6, according to the United Nations report, the Gender Snapshot 2024. As a result, women account for only 1 in 3 of STEM graduates, and globally, as we can see here, the share of female researchers stands now at 31.5% and has barely improved since 2011. The only exception we can see here is Central and Southern Asia, which saw an increase of 6.5%. Again, in this slide, we can see the gap in another dimension related to senior management roles held by women. Here we have data for the last 20 years. And as you can see on the left-hand side of this graph, despite the progress made in the rate of women in senior management roles, The acceleration observed since the pandemic is slowed down, indicating, of course, that there are persistent obstacles and challenges which actually hinder the advancement of women in senior management positions. Of course, there have been some improvements, especially in specific roles, some large improvements related to the progress that has been made these years in positions such as chief financial officers, human resources directors, and sales directors. So what we understand from the data I have shown, I think, is that the message here is that we have a long way to go to achieve full gender equality. So programs that encourage women to pursue fields traditionally dominated by men, such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields, can help bridge the gap. Of course, nurturing entrepreneurial skills of both graduate and postgraduate students is important, as this helps students at all levels pursue leadership positions, start businesses, and innovate within their fields. Support for women entrepreneurs is essential, providing, for example, funding, mentorship, and resources specifically tailored for their needs. Of course, more attention needs to be given to women who are starting and growing, high growth, high potential, innovative, and large market businesses. Stereotypes that frame women entrepreneurs as disadvantaged feed actually a false narrative that women lack the same competency as men regarding business leadership. In fact, the opposite is true, because women entrepreneurs are actually finding ways to grow large, successful businesses despite those gender stereotypes that interfere many times with access to critical business networks and other resources such as financing, etc. Of course, design and implementation of policies that promote gender equality in the workplace are important. Promoting representation of women in leadership roles in various sectors, including politics, business, and academia, can help dismantle these harmful stereotypes. And of course, combating all societal stereotypes that portray women as less capable leaders is also essential. So that's from me. Thank you very much for your attention. Just to set the scene, I'm going to stop my presentation now. And I'm going to give the floor to our first speaker, Nicoleta Papazismopoulou. Nicoleta is a material scientist currently attending the master's program in translational engineering in health and medicine, held by the School of Electrical and Computer Engineering of the National Technical University of Athens. And she's going to present us a very interesting idea for a medical device product actually developed in the context of this master's program. So, Nicoleta, the floor is yours.
Hello, I'm not sure if you can hear me or see me.
Yes, we can.
Great.
You.
I'm now going to share my screen. I believe you can now see my screen too. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen, and you can make it a full screen.
Yes, of course. Great. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicoleta Papazissimou. I'm a material scientist, and I'm currently pursuing my master's degree at the National and Technical University of Athens. So I will briefly share my experience on an entrepreneurship course and further present my idea of an innovative product. When I first got accepted into the TEAMS Master Program, which stands for Translational Engineering in Health and Medicine, and basically it is a biomedical engineering program, I was exploring my options for elective classes. And I still vividly remember thinking that I'm definitely not going to take the entrepreneurship class. I used to think that entrepreneurship wasn't for me. So, however, when I chose to attend at the first two classes out of curiosity and because the director of the program, Mrs. Nikita, had recommended it, I actually changed my mind and I decided to complete the entire course. To be honest, looking back, I have to say that it ended up being my favorite course. I actually learned a lot from that class. It tested my skill set in real life business problems and even made me more confident to pursue entrepreneurship projects. So, within the framework of Biodesign Fundamentals course, each one of the students had to conceive an idea, and then 5 teams were formed out of the 5 best ideas. My idea was one of the 5, which I'm really hoping to become something more than an idea in the future, and it is called allergy. So the word allergy stems from the word allergy and the Greek word xeno, which basically means something foreign. And the main purpose of allergies endeavor is the development of an innovative diagnostic kit that detects allergies to antibiotics. Allergies are quite common nowadays. Evidence suggests they're on the rise, and severe factors may have contributed to that, like genetics, changes in lifestyle, hygiene hypotheses, or even global climate pollution. According to the European Academy of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, allergic diseases currently affect over 1 billion people worldwide. And this number is estimated to rise by the 2050s up to 4 billion people, which sounds scary, like a pandemic. But what about allergies in antibiotics? The antibiotics that are most commonly used nowadays are beta-lactams, and particularly penicillin and cephalosporins, due to their efficiency and low costs. It is also known from the World Health Organization that 10% of the population worldwide have self-reported an allergy to penicillin. However, after investigation, it was found that many people may mistakenly believe that, and this means consumption can lead to an alternative antibiotic prescription, leading to antibiotic resistance, or even more increase the risk of adverse reactions. So we can see that there is a need for test accuracy. The allergic reactions to antibiotics can vary from mild to severe. They can cause skin reactions, swelling, respiratory symptoms, or even anaphylaxis in the most severe cases, which includes difficulty in breathing, sharp drop in blood pressure, and dizziness. Currently, the most commonly in vivo methods used in clinical practice are skin prick tests, intradermal tests, and patch tests. But the disadvantages of these methods come with direct exposure, causing effects ranging from anxiety and discomfort to even anaphylaxis in the most severe cases, which is a life-threatening condition. The most commonly in vitro methods used are ELISA and IMMUNOCAP, but the main disadvantages of these methods include longer testing times, higher costs, and technical complexity. So consequently, we can say there is a pressing need for advancements in allergy detection techniques to enhance patient safety and optimize healthcare delivery. Allergies Endeavor aims to develop a lateral flow assay that detects allergies to antibiotics in vitro. From a technical perspective, it would only require a few drops of blood from the patient. Then the blood will be deposited in the lateral strip into the assay. And if there's any allergic response, it would be detected by the IgE antibody reaction. An assay like that would be rapid. It would give us results within 20 minutes, be easy to use, at first by healthcare professionals, would be cost-effective, portable, which sounds minor, but it's not, because there are a lot of people that are living in small remote islands and don't have access to healthcare facilities. And the most important of all, it would ensure patient safety. Here we observe a comparison between in vivo, in vitro methods and allergy. As we can see, allergy ticks all the boxes in terms of cost, safety, and time. Additionally, as we observe the market size forecast, the allergy diagnostics market is expected to grow annually at a rate of 11%. This indicates a strong demand dynamic and potential opportunities to further develop diagnostic tools. As of the end users, I believe healthcare professionals and particularly allergologists are the best fit. According to the Georgia Baka, who's an exceptional allergologist and member of the board of directors in Greek Society of Allergology and Clinical Immunology and conference committee organizer, there is an increasing need of rapid and reliable allergy detection tools, and a product like that would definitely make a difference in her job, as he said. I talked a lot with other allergologists too, and they all have the same opinion. Here we observe some of the future plans of allergies development. First and foremost, there is the development, the patent registration, regulatory registration, clinical trials, manufacturing, and market expansion. I believe the hardest steps to overcome are the first and the second. First, the development of the product, as it requires advanced laboratory skills and a lot of time dedicated to lab work. And additionally, the process to acquire the patent may last as long as 5 years, which is a lot of time. These are my team members of the class, consisting of an engineer, a computer scientist, a pharmacist, and a chemist. The different background of each one of them helped in different aspects during the course. After the course, most of them decided to follow different research paths. So currently, we're searching for partners with the laboratory skill set and the same passion to kickstart the development of my product idea. You can send me an email if you have any questions, or you can even connect with me on LinkedIn and discuss Alex's idea further. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicoletta. very interesting presentation, interesting idea, which shows the potential some courses may have in promoting entrepreneurial skills, driving innovation, problem solving. So are there any questions from the floor, please? To Nicoletta. If not, may I ask myself a question, Nicoletta?
Yes, of course.
Which is the biggest challenge you face right now? You mentioned several: technical, in terms of human resources. Which is the greatest challenge that we have to address right now in order to develop your idea into a viable, let's say, prototype and product?
I would say first and foremost to find people with the same vision. That's the biggest challenge, I believe, because you need to collaborate with other people to achieve your goal. So I strongly believe that.
Certainly, and when you have to develop technical solutions, needing different aspects of technology, but it's not only technology, it's also the business side. So
Yes.
you need to have a team with complementary skills.
Yes,
so
I totally agree.
And in terms of technology?
In terms of technology, a laboratory is needed, so I can test my ideas. And a lot of time, but that's not the problem here. I'd say a laboratory, access to laboratory facilities.
So you have to find a lab and develop a prototype.
Yes, that's the case.
Okay.
That's the case.
I wish you every success. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Despite being ill also.
Thank you very much.
Our next guests are Danai Brilli and Maria Georgila. These two girls are co-founders of an AI company, which is in its very first steps. And there they have developed an AI-powered wearable device for visually impaired people. But before presenting us this company, Danai and Maria are going to share with us the story of how they have got here today. Danai and Maria, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you very much for having us.
Hi,
I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Can you now see it full screen?
Yes, excellent. Thank you.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone. I am Maria Georgila, and I'm excited to be here today with my co-founder, Danai Brilli, to share our startup journey. Everything starting when I saw an entrepreneurship program that required you to be in a team to apply. So I started reaching out to all my friends. However, for some reason, everyone had the other commitment and was stressed about the classes at university. So I thought to message Danai. From the first moment I talked to her about it, she got so excited that I didn't need to say more. She was ready for us to start and get to work. To join the program, we needed to have an idea, so we were looking for a problem to solve. We found that there wasn't a platform that help you find a psychologist in Greece. Through this program, we're learning to create a business plan, pitch deck, market research, competitor analysis, and UI UX. Actually, we have been in this event once again 4 years ago, presenting psychology or CERCs. We are very happy to be back at this event and meet so many talented women. Our whole experience with psychology set the foundation for our entrepreneurship journey, while also helping us realize how well we work together as a team.
So, collaboration to the next level and take part in many hackathons. Today, taking part in 4 hackathons, all with different themes, like how to help with sustainability, municipalities, use open data, and such. So the goal of these hackathons is to identify a problem, in a specific industry and work towards a functional solution in just 3 days. So for our team, hackathons are a fun way to create a functional MVP in just 3 days, even if we don't even have a concrete idea on day one. So on day one, we interview a lot of mentors and industry experts trying to identify a problem in the industry. After discovering the problem, we spent day 2 brainstorming about solutions and actually building them. We managed to build a minimum viable product of our solution, complete it in day 3, and finally build our pitch deck, preparing to showcase our idea to potential investors and judges. So, for example, on our last hackathon Apps for Athens, it was organized by the municipality of Athens, and we spent the entire first day interviewing people working in the municipality and mentors to discover problems to address. So, after many talks, we found out a prominent problem of the municipality of Athens, which was the abundance of abandoned cars. Imagine in 1 month, only the municipality of Athens has to tackle the removal of 100 vehicles. Like, that's a lot. This leads to less parking spots, less sustainable and human-friendly neighbors. So, in order to solve this problem, we decided to install dashcams to municipality vehicles, performing the same routes every day, and then use computer vision and machine learning techniques to process the camera data and locate abandoned cars. This way, we can inform the municipality about possible locations of abandoned cars so they can further check them out and notify the according people. As you can see on the right side, this is part of the MVP we created in just 3 days. So we used the camera data collected from our phones, and we use machine learning techniques to identify the cars, the brand, the model, the colors, the geolocation, and also the plate number. So 4 hackathons managing to win an award in every single one of them. So these fast-paced, high-pressure environments have taught us so many invaluable lessons about problem solving and adapting ideas in real time. So that being said, both Maria and I are passionate about identifying problems and solving them. So let me take a step back and introduce you to Iris. So first of all, when I was an undergraduate student at Electrical and Computer Engineering at NTUA, I took on a class called E-Health and M-Health Technologies by Dr. Nikita. The class's goal was to split in groups and study a different topic. In my group, we selected the topic of prosthetic vision, and after a lot of research, we discovered how difficult it is for visually impaired individuals to perform simple daily tasks, while also the surgery for prosthetic vision is not a complete solution. This is why we decided to build an AI-powered wearable assistive device for the visually impaired. Using a camera and a microphone, the user can ask questions about their surroundings and get the answer to their earphones. So our device basically transforms the visual information into auditory feedback. So we built a demo using machine learning models and a local device that's like our laptop. And that way we managed to win the second place in Biotech Day WEW 2021. So our journey didn't stop there. We decided to take part in the first National Innovation and Robotics competition organized by Plesio in 2022, where we collaborated with visual impairment organizations and co-created a fully functional MVP, which should be visible in this image, but is currently not really. You see the small picture down here. There's a man wearing some 3D printed glasses that have a mounted camera on top. It is connected via a Bluetooth earphones, and so he can ask anything he wants about their surroundings, like who is in front of me, how much cash am I holding, what is this news saying, or what am I supposed to sign here. So we managed to win the first place, and we got the opportunity to travel to Boston, where we presented our solution to renowned professors in MIT and as founders of successful startups, giving us very useful feedback. So as our device was novel and innovative, we continued our attempt by publishing a paper in a peer-reviewed IEEE conference called IEEE BioRob 2024, which was held last September. So last April, I came across another incubation program called EIT Digital. In order to take this a step further, and knowing that the collaboration with Maria is flourishing, I decided to reach out to her, as she is a very talented individual with a technical background, holding a bachelor in computer science and a business mindset. So she is a co-founder in Blue Peak Software House, where she builds AI applications, web apps, UI, UX, websites, and more. She has experience as a manager, making her an invaluable addition to this project. As for me, I have a master's in engineering in electrical and computer engineering at UA. Currently pursuing a second master's in translation engineering in health and medicine at NDUA, just like Nicoletta. I am currently working as a researcher at the University of Pennsylvania, and I am very honored to have been recognized for the Young Star category International Women Awards as finalists, where young talents are celebrated. So, partnering up once again, we decided to apply to the EIT Digital program, and we managed to get selected among many startups in the whole Europe. So we managed to form a company called Glimpse AI. In Glimpse AI, we currently focus on machine learning solutions, one of which is Iris, the AI-powered wearable assistive device for the visually impaired. So through this program, we had the opportunity to participate in very, very valuable work that mentors. So all in all, thank you so much for the opportunity to share our journey, and we can read about what's next.
Thank you very much, both of you, Maria and Danai. Very exciting journey. Although Danai, I couldn't hear you very well because your connection wasn't that good.
I'm so
Are
sorry.
there any questions for Danai or Maria? No questions. So you presented us actually something very, very, let's say, interesting and also life-changing, let's say, device. What it takes for the next step. Right now, I understand it is a prototype.
Mm-hmm. So currently it is in the state of a prototype. We were working towards MVP, but it takes a lot more research than that because it can be classified as a medical device, which needs a lot of and regulations to. So currently researching that. Stop my video, maybe hear me better. So we're currently next steps would be in order to
demand verified.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So we're currently researching what it takes to get our device out there and help visually impaired individuals. But the process is very long, takes a lot of steps, like getting some approvals, getting some clinical trials. So we're in the process of getting it all planned.
And are you determined to follow this path all the way?
So
where do you see yourself?
Startup?
In 3 years from now.
So our startup glimpse. Oh, so it's such a difficult question to answer. So we would definitely want to. So I think what both me and Maria are very passionate about is solving problems and creating value. So what we would really like to do with our startup is build something using our technical expertise to provide value to a lot of different people. So if I had to answer this question, I would like in 3 years to have added a lot of value to a large number of people, even if it is to the visually impaired, if it is to a company, to my fellow students, or any people group.
Okay, that's excellent. And how taking part in all these different hackathon events helps you build your confidence, helps you build entrepreneurial skills. Do you think this is important?
Of
And
course, I believe
would
that
you like to
hackathons
some
are the reason.
some events like these, for example, at the NTUA more?
Yeah, I think that would be an amazing initiative to have more hackathons in NTUA. I think that some of the hackathons have a large participation from NTUA students, mostly electrical and computer engineering students I've seen in some hackathons. I think that entrepreneurship is a topic that everyone can be a part of. So it doesn't have to be computer science people, business people, everyone identify problems in our daily lives, our surroundings, and can find ways to address them. And hackathons are a very nice way to do that in a very structured environment with a lot of helpful resources like experienced mentors, industry experts. Even the judges are very welcome to give you feedback, and I think it's a very nice place to cultivate those entrepreneurial skills, and it's a safe place also because you don't have anything to risk. You just take part, you just dedicate 3 days of your life, and maybe you find what's your next startup about.
Yes, that's quite the issue here, that you just give 3 days of your life and you get many things back. Okay, thank you very much.
Exactly.
Maria and Danai, thank you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
And our next presenters are Professor Anastasia Vetsi and Dr. Andromachi Dani. They're going to show us how they actually transformed their extensive research experience in green solvents in a very promising spin-off company. Anastasia Vetsi is professor at the School of Chemical Engineering, and Andromachi Dani is a chemical engineer and postdoctoral researcher in the same school. So the floor is yours. Yes, we can see your presentation.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting us and giving us this opportunity to present you our journey to transform some of our research results into real products. hopefully in a few years. So our journey started back in 2012 when we started to targeted design, synthesize and characterize green solvents and use them in a wide variety of applications, spanning from solvents and catalysts in organic synthesis and going to extraction solvents, plasticizers, CO2 capture applications, and many more. Now, 12 years after that, we are at the very happy position to have some prototypes and to have some innovative ideas transformed to prototypes, and we are very close to establish our own spin-off company from NTUA. So just to give you an idea what our green solvents are, we will show you here an example from nature. So honey and maple syrup are foods that we all consume, and we all know how they look like and what they are. And you will be amazed to know that the specific components of these two food products are solid. So glucose, fructose, sucrose, malic acid, fumaric acid, amino acids, whatever is inside these very interesting, magical, natural products is actually a solid. So when these solids are mixed in a certain ratio, and what we get is a new entity, which is honey or the maple syrup, which is liquid, as you can see. So this is what the concept of natural deep eutectic solvent is, which are green because they are composed by natural products, which are everywhere in nature. And the amazing thing is that they are comprised of solids, which are transformed to liquids. So under the umbrella of green chemistry and engineering, we have started to use these green solvents for a wide variety of applications, and extractions are only one of these, and protein crystallization, valorization of biomass and biowaste, and many more. So after some time that we saw that everything is going very well, and now we have very good results, we are now in the process of showing. Andy, can you please go to the next slide? Thanks. To show you, we are very proud because this is the new cosmetic product line from which was launched by Cores a few weeks ago. This Black Pine Primus series is actually based on our technology, extractions using the natural deep eutectic solvents, and we also have a patent pending with this company waiting for it to be approved. So we're very happy to see our results being real products in the market. And since 2021, what we have been involved in is to go in different competitions regarding sustainability and innovative ideas in general. So we were very gratified to obtain awards from the Idea Challenge Sustainability from Friesland Campina, also the proof of concept of the Technology Transfer Office of NTUA, as well as the Innovation of the Year 2024 by the Greek Association of Women Entrepreneurs. So this was a very nice award based on our prototype for the production of for films for active packaging. And now I'm giving the floor to Andromachi to continue.
Thank you. So today we would like to present you a case study of our research team regarding the development of sustainable packaging as part of the broader effort to replace plastics, which are a significant source of pollution in our environment. This work had been awarded as Innovation of the Year in 2024 in the HAIR Research competition. The core idea of green chemistry is to prevent waste production. This is also the core idea of our research in general. prevention. Beyond the environmental impact, companies using plastics face the challenges of managing and recycling these materials, which can occur substantial costs. In this context, bioplastics emerged as a valuable solution. However, bioplastics are also characterized by some important limitations, such as their mechanical properties, which are still poor comparing to the petrochemical-derived plastics, the common plastics. These limitations created a gap in the market. There is a pressing need for improvement in the mechanical properties issues. So additionally, there is a growing demand for active packaging solutions that add value in the final product, featuring properties like antioxidant activity, antimicrobial activity, etc. At the same time, we aim to reduce the production costs and to use in the process materials that can work multifunctionally. It would be great if these materials can be tailor-made to meet the specific requirements of its applications. So here we can see that this is possible. The solution we propose is the use of green solvents in the production of biopolymeric films that can be utilized in packaging. The first stage involves the targeted design and production of green solvents, namely NADEs, prepared from naturally occurring compounds. NADEs can act as solubilizers for the biopolymer, properties modifiers and enhancers in the production of bioplastics, and can successfully replace the conventionally used additives. These solvents can be also used as extraction media for the extraction of valuable compounds from selected raw materials, various raw materials, and directly used in the film-making process. So our ultimate goal at this time is the transition from the laboratory scale to a semi-pilot scale of this idea. These task-specifically designed NADEs, the solvents that we discuss here, are also proposed for use as extraction agents for natural components from raw materials, employing a process that has been optimized by our team. In this case, the NADEs serves as an extraction medium and as a protecting and stabilizing agent at the same time for the extracted compounds. After the extraction, an added value green extract is obtained that can be used directly in the film-making process and act multifunctionally. Green solvents and their green extracts have been successfully used by our team for the laboratory scale production of protein-based films and biopolymer-based films, as the ones that you can see in this slide. This is the innovation of our idea. While polymeric films are well known, the introduction of green solvents and their extracts in the film-making process is a new approach. The main advantage of using the green solvents and their extracts is their multifunctionality. So our process has been designed based on the key pillars of sustainable development, as we used natural materials, both in terms of biopolymer and green solvent. The idea is characterized by circularity also, as we can utilize biomass to create a green extract. Furthermore, all the materials used throughout this process, the biopolymer and the film itself, are biodegradable. So the next step, plastic that can act as active packaging, is to apply for a patent. Our next goal, and now we believe that we're really close to achieve it, is to complete the procedures in order to establish our spin-off company, Green Trusses. Through this spin-off company, we will promote our expertise in the market and demonstrate how scientific discoveries and methodologies can be translated into entrepreneurship. And the main goal of the company will be the development and optimization of innovative sustainable methodologies using green solvents as tools, the development of innovative added value products such as cosmetic formulations, films, as we discussed before, and the upcycling of bioproducts and wastes from industry using green methodologies, enhancing at the same time the circularity of the process. So at this point, I would like to thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, we are here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you. Are there any questions from the audience?
I would like to make a question.
Yes, please.
Okay. Of course, I know this effort that has been started many years back, and it was a very hard way, let's say, way to move on, but they succeeded very much, and I'm very happy to hear how the things evolved, and I believe that you have a very good future. My question is that, of course, in terms of improving the product and improving also the use of this product, etc., this you are doing very many steps. Now you mentioned that you are going for a patent. That means that you decided that you have to enter the market very soon. And of course, you need some from the protection from other competitors. First question is, what kind of competition is around either in the Greek market or in the broader market? One. Second is the time, because it is the time to enter the market and take into consideration the business aspects, the marketing aspects, and all these things. This is the first. The second is the business strategy. That means some people that have been in the stage that you are now, either they focus very much on the product and then they find somebody else, another company or another group, to collaborate in order to enter the market. Either you can do these two, let's say, paths in parallel. That means that first of all, you have to test the product in the market, and in the same time prepare for providing services to the companies or to the users, or how to use these solvents, and what is your let's say, from your experience, what are the key things? So first of all, patent or not patent, competition, how is competition, what is the scheme that you will enter the market in order to take feedback, and what is the strategy that you have for the next 3 or 5 years? Because it is, in my view, from many groups that I have seen up to now, you have a very good results and very good understanding of the technology of the product, but now you need to start your business and market strategy.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your kind words. I don't know if Professor Deci wants to say something, or I can.
No, I just want to, you will do it, but I will just again thank Professor Protogerou and the whole team of the laboratory that is helping us a lot. And of course, I will admit, this is the hard part. Because we are scientists, we are chemists, chemical engineers, and this is the hard part. But I think we have, we are now starting to understand what it takes. So Andromache is going to tell you more.
Yes. So firstly, regarding the competition, let's discuss two things. In our country, Greece, there are no any other companies that claim to know how to synthesize and use green solvents. Green solvents, not such as bioethanol. I mean, green solvents like those that you saw in this presentation, deputic solvents, ionic liquids, bioionic liquids, this kind of solvents. There is no company that has this technology, or we don't know any company to in any way to say this. However, there are companies, one spin-off and one startup at Lisbon, the spin-off, and if I'm not sure, the startup is please help me.
Zagreb,
Zagreb,
Croatia,
yes,
Croatia.
Zagreb. That they are close to what we are about to do. They use only natural deputy solvents, one of the categories that we are about to use. So we have a bigger umbrella from this startup and spin-off. And they target one specific market. For example, maybe they target only the cosmetic industry. So we have a wider umbrella in this also. We have in pharmaceutical industry, and we have prototypes. So I think that we are really close to the market. So the strategy that we are about to apply is to secure, let's say, our innovation through patents, and then take the prototypes and go to potential customers, show them the prototypes, and maybe I don't know how to say, maybe to let them use our patent. So the first income from our company could be this one. This is the first stage, the most, I could say, the safer way to go to the market. Then, when we can see that the market is open to our product, maybe we can go to the next phase to produce the product in a larger quantity and amounts and offer the product our company, for example. We're not ready to do this yet, but it is in the future plans. What else I would like to say? I'm not sure.
If I may, I think you are now, as you described, at a stage that you are looking for two things. The one is perhaps some funding from a funding organization. And second, the first willing to pay customer. That means this is a concept that you go around and see the potential users, not only in Greece, but also if you have, for example, a project in Lisbon or in Brussels, you may stay there for some more days and go around and see what the market there says, and what in order to have a more clear picture of the next steps, and see how your strategy will be formulated and will be tested in the market. Because perhaps as scientists you try to do the best thing, but as industry providers you need to see the optimum for the users and not for science only. This can be going on, but this is let's say the difference between a group, scientific group, and a group that has reached the market and wants to start having revenue streams.
But thank you so much. Very, very useful. All these ideas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very, very happy and pleased to see you improving and working very hard, but with results.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
They've done lots of good work and impressive work, I should say. And of course, there is a product in the market, which is your collaboration with Kores.
Yes.
Which is, let's say, a ticket to go further now. So
exactly,
you're very close to establishing your spin-off, and I think the journey ahead of you is just starting. It's going to be exciting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I will now give the floor to the next speaker, which is Professor Sofia Mavrikou. She's an assistant professor in the School of Applied Biology and Biotechnology at the Agricultural University of Athens, and most importantly, co-founder of CBTech, a newly established spin-off It is 1 year since it was established. It's a company specializing in bioelectric biosensors technologies. So the floor is yours. Thank you for being here with us this evening.
Thank you so much, Professor Protogerou, for inviting me to participate to this very extremely interesting event and very significant, let me say, for women academics and researchers. We are very proud to participate today as SEPTEC and as Agricultural University of Athens. So should I share my screen or?
Yes, please.
Okay. So. I'm not sure if
we can see your screen, but if you could make it full screen.
I see that I cannot put the presentation mode here, as I can see. Now, can you see it?
Yes, we can see it in full screen. Thank
perfect.
You.
So I'm Sofia from SEPTEC. And before explaining to you about our company, let me introduce myself a little bit. I've started my career during as an entrepreneur during my bachelor studies. I studied biotechnology at the Agricultural University of Athens. So at the last year of my studies, I've participated with another students' team to an entrepreneurial seminar, let's say, where we had to form teams, have an idea and present it to an inter-university contest, the first entrepreneurial contest at the Agricultural University of Athens for students. So my team managed to win the first place at this contest for the foundation of a laboratory that would develop biosensors for testing agricultural products regarding their safety for pesticides or pathogens. So after finishing my bachelor, during my master studies, I continued in this field at the biosensors field. And during my PhD, at the end of my PhD, I've managed to participate in several pitch contests that were at the thematic areas of biosensors for several applications, not only for the agri-food sector, but also for clinical and environmental sectors. So at 2020, I was elected as assistant professor of bioelectric biosensors at the Agricultural University of Athens. And since then, I was trying to bring to the market all our research results. I had the opportunity to become the head of the Gender Equality and Anti-Discrimination Committee at 2022. So as I was already taking part at several academic entrepreneurial events, I realized that by sensitizing academic staff, including female academics, to disseminate the results of their research, they could generate the knowledge spillover and they could gain high quality employment and innovativeness. But as you already know, the university is one of the contexts where women are the most underrepresented. And there are several reasons behind this. But one of the most important roles of the university should be to promote the researchers and especially women in entrepreneurship. So at 2023, I became the co-founder of CEPTEC PC with many other scientists in order finally to bring our products to the market, let's say. So, CEPTEC is one of the first spin-offs of the Agricultural University of Athens that specializes in biosensor technologies, leveraging molecular identification through membrane engineering to develop highly sensitive, fast, and affordable diagnostics tests. Our expertise extends across several sectors, such as the agri-food sector, the environmental sector, clinical sector, and several biotechnological activities. Our team comprises of many scientists of several sectors of biotechnology and medicine, as well as some experts in finance and management. And you can see by my slide that it's a company that women have a significant percentage of representation. How it all started. During the COVID period, by working closely with doctors at the field of National Public Health Organization, which is equivalent to CDC, we realized the need of an easy-to-use diagnostic test for the massive, fast and accurate diagnosis of the new coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, and its differential diagnosis from other respiratory pathogens. So this test could be extremely useful in the setting of hospital emergency departments, private practices, or in other overcrowded facilities such as refugee camps, detention centers, and even retirement homes. So our technology, the bioelectric recognition assay, as well as the molecular identification through membrane engineering, are the core technologies behind a series of multi-analyte diagnostic methods based on biosensors. Upon binding of the target, as you can see at the slide, such as the coronavirus S1 antigen, changes in the cell membrane potential produce a very strong bioelectric signal. These technologies have led to the development of diagnostic devices for disease monitoring, as well as food safety control, such as detection of pesticide residues, foodborne pathogens, viruses, and toxins, with an outstanding reliability, repeatability, speed, and cost efficiency. So practically, as you can see, our innovative product is comprised of stored small screen-printed disposable cartridges containing engineered cells immobilized on screen-printed electrodes. Before its test, the cartridge is attached to a custom-made handheld device, and then the sample is added with absolutely no prior treatment. Samples can be as simple as just saliva, and data measurements are transmitted via Bluetooth on a smartphone, and after just 3 minutes, results are displayed on the screen. With the aid of a sophisticated AI software, up to 8 individual patients and several different pathogens, such as coronavirus, rhinovirus, and influenza viruses, can be detected. And we are working on producing a QR code that could not be forged in order to have some collaborations with clinics, hospitals, public hospitals, and some governmental services. So as you can see by the market, the global infectious respiratory disease diagnostics market, the size of this market is estimated at $63.7 billion, while the European market is estimated at $3.4 billion. Our unique advantage lies in the rapidness of our biosensor against lateral flow assays, as well as the golden standard, the molecular PCR testing. But our level of sensitivity is comparable to this of PCR. So in addition, there is no need for sample pretreatment. It has extremely low cost in comparison with PCR. And there is a very simple way to use this sensor. Another unique asset is that our methodology has the ability for the instant digital certification that can be issued directly after the measurement. Now, regarding our milestones and the technology readiness level, we have a strong patent cluster portfolio in submission, and we have already the publication of large-scale clinical trials already for SARS-CoV-2 detection from an independent group, as well as from other small-scale clinical trials for the S1 spike antigen protein and for antibodies against the coronavirus. Nowadays, we are trying to improve our methodology by the development of self-tests that are integrated to smartphone devices to monitor the antibody levels in the population for epidemiological surveillance purposes, and to develop novel tests for nucleic acid detection for specific variants of several respiratory pathogens. Our technology readiness level has already reached the level of 6, but I can assure you that it's even higher. It's very intermediate projection. As you can see, our innovation has already gained significant publicity, and we are proud to participate in the global challenge of combating respiratory viruses and in the global challenge of pathogens preparedness. Our innovation have also been distincted at the innovation competition of the Hellenic Ministry of Defense in 2022 for a biosensor that could determine the anthrax detection. And in addition, at 2021, our team won the second place in the finals of the Idea Incubator competition, which is held under the auspices of the Infectious Diseases Society of America Foundation, as well as Johnson & Johnson Innovation Labs. We, the Greek team, we competed under very demanding conditions against several research teams of the best universities and research centers in the USA. We were the only non-US team, the only European team, and our team managed not only to advance to the finals of these contests, but also to win the second prize by a narrow margin from a team from the Johns Hopkins University. So we are very proud of this distinction. I would like to thank you for hearing my presentation. For further details, please refer to our contact information provided on this slide. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your very interesting and inspiring presentation. I understand you're still trying to further develop the technology behind the product.
Yes, actually, we are seeking for funding for some clinical trials.
The question I was going to ask, how difficult is to find funding at this stage? Because I understand that clinical trials should also develop and go at the higher stage.
Yes, actually, we are trying to get the funding from several European projects as well as from venture capitals, but as you already know, venture capitals are very strict regarding some conditions they have and regarding the amount of money they are going to give us. And of course, as you can already understand, clinical trials required a very big amount of money. So up to now, we have not managed to get this funding. But as I already know from other companies with similar technologies in general diagnostics, some of them have managed to get this money from venture capitals.
It is a long process, and it has to you have to keep on trying, and so show perseverance. So,
and the Greek ecosystem is very hard when they give money. They don't understand.
Sometimes, but perhaps you can also try to get some funding from European venture capitalists or other. Are there any questions from the floor? Professor Protogerou has a question for you. Yes, please. We can't hear you. Please unmute. Yes,
very interesting work and very, let's say, timely because of all this COVID, etc., and respiratory disease. But I think right now you have to do perhaps a dual strategy. The one is to try to prepare to pitch to some events that perhaps you can get some money there or some venture. But for the venture capital, I think the best thing is to try to make some, let's say, contacts with the the health system, or with let's say hospitals or other groups that can use these the products that you are producing and the services that you can support them. So perhaps you need a dual strategy in order, first of all, to get some money in order to make all these trials, but second, to try to find the best willing to pay customer. Perhaps this is a company, this is a hospital, this is another a consultant or whatever. Not only in Greece, but also in other. That means that you have to make a journey also to other places. And you are now in the US, and you will stay there, or you will?
No, in Greece. In Greece.
We
participated at this the incubator contest.
Yes, okay. So I believe that the focus will be now how to enter the market by different, let's say, paths. Of course, the venture capital are very strict now because their revenues went down, and sometimes they ask you to give more than in order to diminish the risk. Because, as you know, from the venture capitals, perhaps out of 10, 2 or 3 go to the next stage. So you need to come in contact with the users now. This is my, at least, impression. With the users, and see if some of them can be happy by using and going together for integrating the whole effort that you have now, and they have a product or a service that can be in a way unique, in a way. So good luck from me.
Thank you. Well, I forgot to mention that we participated at the 10th cycle of Enter Grow Go of Eurobank, the egg incubators. So we've come in we have come in touch with several, say, venture
users,
capitalists.
potential users.
Yes, but up to now we have not obtained some satisfying conditions regarding the funding. So that's why we have not.
Perhaps there you have to hire somebody who has a previous experience in that, because there is to negotiate either with the venture capitals or with the banking system or whatever, to give him the basic things, not everything, because of course if it's everything, it is a bit dangerous and not so safe. But anyhow, he can if he is either a person or a group, they can help you in this type of negotiations and the pitching that is needed. Okay.
Thank you. I wish you all the best of luck with your very interesting and promising endeavor. And now I will give the floor to Anthofili Kambouropoulou. Anthofili is an undergraduate student at the School of Applied Mathematics and Physical Sciences here at the NTUA. And she's going to present us a very interesting initiative, which is actually a student organization, the Young Minds NTUA section, an organization trying to promote physics and engineering through methods such as physics outreach. In other words, it is an organization that tries to bring undergraduate students close to the real life, where they will work, make connections with other organizations as well. So, Anthofili, the floor is yours. Thank you for being here with us today.
Good evening. I hope that you can see my screen and hear.
Yes.
First of all, I would like.
Could you please make it full screen, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
Is everything okay? You can see?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Excellent.
So, my name is Aimilia Protogerou, and I'm here on behalf of the Young Minds Association, and more specifically, the National Technical University of Athens section. First of all, as a team, we would like to thank Professor Protogerou for the invitation, as well as congratulate her on the organization of this very interesting event. Next, I would like to start with a short introduction into the European Physical Society. The EPS is a non-profit organization aiming to promote physics and engineering through a multitude of methods. It is important to note that the current president of the EPS is Dr. Mary Sakellariadou, a renowned physicist in the field of cosmology. And now, an important part of the EPS project in order to promote science is the creation of student-led chapters called Young Minds and hosted by a multitude of universities throughout Europe. Our team is hosted by the National Technical University of Athens and consists mostly, but not exclusively, of undergraduate students in the field of physics, with an almost equal distribution across genders, both as far as membership and leadership is concerned. Now, having noticed an important rift in the communication between undergraduate students, such as ourselves, and the research field, we have decided to organize a variety of visits to research centers and institutes, such as the NCSR Democritos and the National Observatory of Athens. You can see a couple of photos from these visits here. And we hope that these visits can help undergraduate students better connect the theoretical scientific background they have acquired through their university courses and the scientific reality of everyday professional research. However, another major part of this event lies in the organization of events such as Academic Day and Physics Day. Those events consisted of a variety of live talks by a multitude of physicists and physics professors, And we are very happy to announce that in Physics Day 2024, our keynote speaker was Dr. Sakellariou with her opening speech on gravitational waves. However, in light of today's event, I would like to focus more on the Women in Science event that took place between March 3rd and March 29th of 2024. This event is special because apart from its scientific orientation, it celebrated the participation of women in all fields of science, showcasing its depth and importance. Now, the event was realized in two distinct parts. The first one taking place throughout the month of March and was consisted of a series of online talks from both physicists and mathematicians, as well as National Technical University graduates from all over the world. Next, the event culminated in an all-day conference on the 29th of March. And here you can see the program of said conference. We would like to note that apart from a series of talks from a collection of distinguished scientists in many fields of science, it also comprised of a multitude of workshops with varying subjects from biomedical engineering to science communication, as seen through the lens of scientific education, as well as female participation in science. And also, a major part of this event was the Speed Mentoring booth, a collaboration with Greek Women in STEM organization. This initiation helped young students get in contact with already established professionals and help them gain insight into the reality of the everyday life of a scientist, and also help them get the necessary advice to plan for their future steps. At this point, we would also like to thank Greek Women in STEM for collaborating with us. And we would like to note that in the future, we hope to turn both Physics Day and Women in Science into an annually occurring event. Additionally, our team is currently preparing the postgraduate studies in AMS conference that will take place on the 22nd of November. In this conference, we have invited many graduate students from the School of Applied Mathematical and Physical Sciences to talk to us about their experience after graduating, their master's program, and much more. We would like to hear anything you have to suggest for our future plans, and here is our social media. And please do not hesitate to contact us. But lastly, I would like to note that through the Young Minds program, many young students have had the chance to come in contact with the everyday reality of the scientific community, both in their own country as well as the rest of Europe. We hope that this chance can help remind us that despite the many difficulties the Greek scientific community has endured, it is still very much present on the world map. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Sophili, and for your optimistic message regarding Greek scientists. I think this is an excellent work you're doing, and what you're mentioning about all these events that you're organizing and all this Women in Science event, which was held for a whole month with several activities and several I think it's very important because it creates role models for the future generations, actually, and for our students. Very important work from all of you. Are there any questions from the floor for Amphifili? Yes.
I would like to endorse what Aimilia Professor Protogerou said about the role models. This is very, very important, and sometimes it is not, we do not focus very much on that, but this gives an inspiration to the newer generations, and the climate and the culture and the environment to flourish their ideas and to move on. So congrats for your effort, and I believe that they should be supported also by the universities, but only, in Greece, but also other associations, and of course people that are working outside of the diaspora, outside Greece, but they can somehow, by their presence, by their, let's say, participation as a keynote speakers or other panels, it will be very, very, I think, productive, and they can give to push forward all this very nice effort that you already have done.
Thank you very much. And I would like to note that as a team, we share your belief about the importance of role models. And that's the reason we are currently getting in touch with as many former graduates working on working on many universities across Europe and the world to try and get as much collaboration as we can. But thank you very much again.
The issue, by the way, the issue of the former graduates is very important, and this we use it in events like this, Women in Science or whatever, or even in setting up a spin-off or a startup or a spin-out from the university, because these people, especially those that have a career very successful, they want emotionally to help their ex-university or other people or groups. So this is a pool that you have to very much to come in contact and then have a dialogue with them.
Of course. Thankfully, we have seen great results so far, and we hope for the best.
Okay.
Yes, if I may add here, it is very important also as a strategy for NTUA as a whole to try to connect more with its alumni, bring their expertise and their ideas and use them as role models for young students.
Yeah.
So thank you, Amphafili, for bringing up this as well. Very interesting presentation. Thank you. So our next speaker is Nelly Kouvelaki. Nelly is founder of FAUS, a social enterprise based in Kalamata in Peloponnese. And it's a social enterprise which offers a dynamic system of business consulting, co-working spaces, and event management services. So thank you for being with us today, and please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm delighted to be here with you today, and I sincerely thank you for the opportunity to present FAUS, a social enterprise aimed at bringing a little more light of change through innovation and social actions in the region of Messenia. After all, FAUS is an ancient Greek word, and it means light, and light represents ideas, entrepreneurship, development, collaborations, and social justice. First of all, I would like to say that listening all these young women before, describing their excellent projects and ideas, reinforces my point that female entrepreneurship is one of the main drivers of economic growth and social progress today. women entrepreneurs combine innovation with empathy, creating businesses that promote sustainability, social responsibility, and inclusivity. At the same time, they provide viable employment opportunities and foster development in the communities by giving priority to social issues. Female entrepreneurship is not just a means of economic growth, but also a driving force for social change and the improvement of living conditions. Through the combined power of innovation and social responsibility, women entrepreneurs are transforming the business landscape and offering new sustainable solutions for a better future. Despite the multiple roles, the difficulties and the barriers that women faces, we can always find the way. And I want to wish to all of us and to these young women I heard before, good luck and be brave. So, talking about the way, FAOS was founded to solve significant challenges by empowering the local community and offering innovative products and services that focus on social benefit and regional development. I will share my screen. Just a moment. Here we are. Can you see the screen?
Yes. Could you please make it full screen?
Yes. Is it okay now? No?
No, but
Please give me a moment. Now?
not yet, but it's okay.
It looks like full screen here.
Okay. Go on, no problem. I think we can.
Okay, thank you, and sorry about that.
No problem.
So, recognizing key challenges in the region, such as brain drain and population decline, we aim to provide opportunities for young people to stay or return to the area. We offer them the chance to create their own businesses in Messenia and become part of a community that contents them with other entrepreneurs from Greece and abroad. In 2018, we created the first entrepreneurship and cultural hub in the city of Kalamata called House by FAOS. Because it's a house, it used to be a house, this House by FAOS now is hosting ideas, businesses, and impactful initiatives that would bring more light to the local community. Last year, we created a new co-working space called Officium, also in Kalamata. FAOS, as you see, has 3 pillars: business consulting, co-working spaces, and event management. We collaborated with executive business consultants and mentors so we can find the right person for each issue to solve. Our co-working spaces are located in the center of the city, and the buildings we have renovated were built in 1878, House by FAOS, and in 1910, the Officium. So, with respect and very carefully, we kept the traditional elements and the history timeless. Through the event management, we achieved to bring the people together and to give them the opportunity to act with us, to have a role, to be part of the change, to meet, discuss, collaborate, and create. It's not them and we, it's us. Here is Officium, the new space we created last year.
If I may interrupt you, sorry. It seems that the slides are not moving.
Okay.
Yes, now we can. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here are the 2 buildings of Officium and House by FAOS. There are some photos from the events we organize, and we all be part of the same community. And the new offices of Officium here. So the idea of house emerged from two axes. My previous experience as a banking executive and my involvement as a volunteer in major events held in the area, such as TEDx, which connected me with people and ideas from various parts of the world. Through banking, I had the opportunity to connect with entrepreneurs and to understand their problems, while my participation in volunteer activities followed me to witness social issues and be inspired by other countries and cultures. So, with my team, we decided to establish not a conventional business, but rather a deep need to provide solutions to the problem we face daily. The founding of FAUS was an opportunity for me to distribute to a change that would have a long-term impact both of people and for the area. The decision was not easy as a mother with small kids, but I made it with the belief that social entrepreneurship can be a powerful level for development, providing not only economic benefits, but also social change. Like new entrepreneurs, we face many obstacles. We invested a big amount to create House by Faust. The community support us, hugged us, and we host hundreds of events at the first year. The community gave us the strength to continue even at the COVID period that we forced to change our business plan and to reform House by Faust as a co-working space because of the needs of remote working. At this period, until now, we managed to connect through networking with plenty of other organizations, companies, and people from other cities and regions from Greece and abroad. One of our key tools was the creation of partnerships. We collaborated with other social enterprises, local authorities, and organizations, managing to create a support network and knowledge exchange that help us overcome many of our challenges. We believe that the importance of human relations and the quality of work. We believe that these two pillars must be very strong and clear. That helped us to build a good reputation in the market, and after 5 years we managed to create the second co-working space of Officium by investing the capitals we had gathered from our work. As you may know, social enterprises often do not have access to the same sources of capital as traditional businesses, and we had to work hard to find alternative forms of support, either through grant programs or partnership with local government agencies and non-profit organizations. Also the time and the energy to educate the community about the benefits of social cooperative and enterprise, and to explain why its support is essential. Last year, we were selected by Impact Hub Athens to create with the Messinian Chamber the first incubator in Peloponnese region, which target is a sustainable future with emphasis to green economy and social entrepreneurship. Also focusing to local growth, we created the website Work from Kalamata, which is based to the good practice of Work from Greece. Work from Kalamata promotes the city as an ideal destination for remote workers, offering information about the city, infrastructures, and remote works. Its aim is to attract digital nomads and professionals looking for a quality life and work balance. Digital nomad and remote workers is a group of people that can help communities to extend the tourism season. What Messinian Business Roots do is a rural innovation. We give the opportunities to the businesses who are in the incubator to have funding opportunities, networking, and infrastructure. A few days ago, we were with the municipality of Kalamata to the first Nomad Fest that there were communities of digital nomads for all over the world, and deputy mayors were with us to promote Kalamata as a destination for digital nomads. So now FAUS, we have a commitment from the first we started until now. Our commitment to social impact and sustainability, and as you can see, our impact measure report for 2024, FAUS generate higher value for the community than itself. In this summer, we had a young entrepreneur here from France. He's an analyst in sustainability, and he took the numbers and he found that what we give back as an organization to the community is much bigger than what we give to the organization. But I think we can fix that. But we also don't have any problem about that to give more back. Now we are in a critical stage of development. Our goal is to expand our activities over Messenia. We are discussing with the University of Peloponnese to do things together and to continue promoting sustainability and social innovation. We are confident that with the ongoing support of the community and the power of collaboration, we will be able to provide even more solutions to the problem of our society faces. So we can do together the difference, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for presenting us this very interesting initiative. Professor Karoliou has a question for you.
Yes, first of all, a question of clarification. You mentioned that these new co-working spaces that you have initiated, launched, they have three areas of activity. The one is business consulting, and what are the two others? Because I couldn't recall it.
FAUS is the organization. We have three pillars: the co-working spaces, business consulting, and event management. We help especially municipalities and public organizations to do the event planning and management of the city. For
So
example,
the third one is the management of the events, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And this FAUS, which stands for what, the initiative, the initials?
FAUS is a social enterprise.
Yes, but I mean, the name is the initials is what?
FAUS means light, is a Greek word.
Okay,
okay. An ancient Greek word.
Okay,
and it means light.
Okay.
Is there any other question?
To what extent, for example, you are collaborating, because you said about networking, collaborating, all this, with the University of Peloponnese, who is across all Peloponnesus except in Patras, where is the University of Patras. And I know, to my knowledge, I think it is a big program that the university and the regional authority, they work together. So you have contacted them, or?
Yes, we collaborate. They are having their events here at our space, and we are discussing about doing some things together to the other cities of Peloponnese. Last week I was to the university. They had an event about young entrepreneurship, and next week we will be in Tripoli, where will be another event about women entrepreneurship.
Okay, fine. That's very good.
Yes. Thank you. Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστώ και εγώ πολύ. Είναι
If
πολύ
I
ενδιαφέρουσα
may,
η προσπάθεια που κάνει.
if I may
Σας
also
ευχαριστώ πολύ.
ask a question. You said that one of your pillars is co-working spaces. How many, let's say, nomads or other people that need co-working spaces, apart from digital nomads, have you hosted in your premises?
Every year we host 30 to 40 digital nomads for all over the world. And we also host a lot of Greeks that they are coming to visit their families here. And they combine vacation and work, you know, workation, as they say. So it depends of the season. For example, in the summer, we have more Greeks. This period and until April, we have more foreigners from all over Europe and also from Canada, America, Israel. I can say for all over the world.
Okay.
And it's very good for the community, you know, because they stay here, they sleep here, they eat here, so they help financially the community.
The local community, yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Και εγώ
So
ευχαριστώ. Thank you.
we come to the last presenter for today, Aimilia Protogerou. Aimilia is an executive business coach and senior human resource consultant with a large expertise in people development and long experience in private and public sector, as well as in non-governmental organizations. So,
hi all. Thank you for being here, for inviting me here together with all the distinguished speakers. And let me share my.
Thank you for being with us.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you see my screen?
Yes, we
okay.
can.
I can't make it a full screen because then maybe I have the same problem as the previous
okay,
speaker.
no problem.
Yeah.
So you can.
Okay. So as when I was invited to this event, I was thinking, okay, let's speak about the global power of women entrepreneurs. And it seems that most of the speakers have for sure searched the expansion to global markets, and some of the speakers have already been there. So yes, we go beyond borders because we have some limitations in the Greek market. Okay, we know about the economic status of Greece, and of course, it's a small country and a small market with limited funding. Stereotypes, okay, we improve, but they are still here about women and other stereotypes. And so for many, many reasons, maybe it's a good idea to go global as entrepreneurs. Is this the solution to our problems? Okay, we don't know. For sure, there are many opportunities for women entrepreneurs abroad. Okay, first is the market, the global market. There's a huge market, and also the access through digital platforms like the e-commerce, social media, digital platforms. This reduces the barriers to entry, and also it allows us, the women, to reach global audiences without requiring such a large initial capital. This is very important. And actually, they provide visibility and networking opportunities. And so we can build our brands and our market our products and services internationally. There is some increasing support from global organizations like the United Nations, the International Finance Corporation, World Bank, other organizations. I mean, funding organizations and others, and they provide grants and mentorship programs and the access to global networks. And actually, there is research that supports that gender equality in business leads to better economic outcomes. This has prompted governments and institutions to create more female-focused business incentives. Actually, it is observed a change in consumer preferences to socially conscious businesses. And so many consumers are seeking products and services from women-led, sustainable, or purpose-driven companies. And also, there are some products which are female-focused products, and these markets are growing, especially in sectors like fashion, health, wellness, and coaching, as coaching is. And they're women-led businesses often address the needs of these consumers, and actually they have a competitive advantage, right? Because it's women addressing women's needs. Other opportunities is, of course, the investment funds. They are more investment funds, and some funds are directed to women-led businesses. And these can be grants or even special loan programs, which are led to developing economies, but also to other countries. There are global networks for women, and there are many international. There are some national as well, and we heard about them just before. And all these, they offer this mentorship, which is very interesting. They offer access to funding and global networking opportunities. And actually, in these mentorship programs and these networks, there is knowledge sharing and also the building of global connections. Of course, innovation and technological advancement promote this access to global markets. They make it easier. And actually, remote work and digital tools make it easier for us to run the businesses from anywhere in the world, and they offer also work-life balance. Now there is an increasing global focus on gender equality and actually also on inclusion and diversity. So this has led to different policies, not only funding, let's say, women-led businesses, but also providing tax incentives or other ways and other initiatives to close the gender pay gap. And actually, companies follow this policy with gender inclusivity. Okay, there are not only opportunities for us, there are also challenges. So, although there are these special funding mechanisms, actually the access to funding and investment is limited for women. And there are studies that show that women-founded startups receive far less venture capital funding compared to male counterparts. And this is because there are conscious and unconscious bias from the investors who view male entrepreneurs as more reliable and capable, leading to fewer financial opportunities for the women. There are some cultures and societal expectations about the gender roles, and actually women are the caregivers, and they need to, and it's more difficult for them to balance the professional ambitions with family responsibilities because they burden the most. Okay, that's the reality. It's changing, but that's the reality. And also they feel the need, women, they feel the need that they should prove themselves in the business world. It seems that this is not required so much by men, but more by women, and women feel the need to be perfect there. Networking and mentorship, which we said that it's very important, it's not so easy for women because actually all the older mentors or the mentors who are more experienced, they are male because these were thriving in the past. So there's more mentorship. There is more mentorship chance for men than for women. Other challenges, okay, is the work-life balance. So balancing all the responsibilities, and especially for entrepreneurship, it often requires long hours and dedication and travel, and actually this makes work-life balance more difficult. In some countries, there are legal and policy barriers. Okay, countries of the Gulf, which are really, okay, they are a really lucrative market. There are still legal restrictions that prevent women from owning property, opening bank accounts, or even running their business. Even in more developed markets, women may face regulatory barriers or complex legal systems that affect their ability to launch and sustain their business. And of course, stereotypes and gender biases, they're all over the world. And this creates an imposter syndrome in women, leading to self-doubt and hesitation to take risk, which is needed for business, or seeking high-level growth opportunities. There are a lot of support systems and resources in Greece. These organizations offer a strong platform for the Greek entrepreneurs, not only women, to access global opportunities and resources, helping them grow in the international market. There are special support systems for women entrepreneurs here in Greece and internationally, and most of the times there are organizations founded by women for women. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but in fact, it seems that they help women grow in career and also in business, and they advocate for women for better access to funding and networking and mentoring and all that. Of course, there are a lot of stories of very successful women entrepreneurs who have made the business abroad. And I will just tell you my story. It's not that successful, but okay, my story is working globally from zero. And I work as a coach internationally at this moment. And I faced a lot of challenges, but I also took advantage of the opportunity. And actually, the opportunity was the global market of coaching needs, which is huge all over the world. And actually, in this global market, especially in the United States, Canada, but also in other countries in Europe, there is awareness about my service. There's awareness about coaching. So it's easier to access there. In Greece, I might have, and especially in Syria, I might have less competition, but actually there is no awareness about what professional development coaching is. So I took advantage also of the opportunity of the COVID event, and then almost all services became online. And I decided to go internationally then, some years ago, 4 years ago. And actually, I went to the international market after extensive training and equipped with internationally accredited certificates, with my previous professional experience. I didn't need such a big capital because I provide a service, but I had a draft business plan. And then entering the global market, I had to understand the global competition, but also the synergies, and synergies that are made also with competitors, so other coaches. So we form communities and we support each other and we supervise each other, and okay, that's precious. And also we inform each other about challenges in the international market. I had to understand international tax laws, especially the American tax law. I had a very specific challenge about having an insurance for my professional services, which was not provided by any Greek insurance provider, and so I had to go abroad and to make it, and there it was very, very easy. I had to follow the international economy because it actually influences right now my job. It's not, I don't have to follow only the Greek economy, but I have to follow also the international economy trends. And I had to finalize my business plan and my marketing plan and make it also flexible and adapt it to my own ways, let's say. And I had also to have a very flexible time schedule since I work with different time zones. Okay, I need to say that right now it's a sustainable business, so that's important for me. But I have to say that it needs a continuous effort and continuous personal and professional development. So that's about me. And I think that, okay, I start to see the steps how to go global. So for everyone. And so this is, okay, building a scalable business model is very important because we might be small now, but we don't know how much we are going to grow next. Research the market, leveraging the digital platforms for global sales, forming partnerships internationally, and access global funding and investment. And finally, taking the risk, because entrepreneurship entails risk. The keys are support, like mentorship, like investment, like global partnerships. See the importance of the women-led businesses for global economic growth and participate in these initiatives and networking opportunities. And there is there a world of opportunity. There are many challenges, but the global landscape for women entrepreneurs is shifting towards greater inclusivity and opportunity. And we need to look to expand internationally. We can leverage global support, technological advancements, and the change in consumer preferences, to break through barriers and seize new opportunities. And we need to see that. So thank you for your attention, and I think together we can create a global impact and inspire the next generation of Greek women entrepreneurs, like the ones who spoke today here.
Thank you very much. A very, very interesting presentation, because I think you're opposing the whole thing of going global in a very nice and in a very nice way, because you gave us a good picture of opportunities and challenges out there, barriers for women, and then you showed us your example of going global. And I think this is very, very important. You mentioned difficulties, also your personal difficulties. I think apart from being flexible with different time zones, tax laws, insurance regulations, and so on, I think the continuous effort for personal and professional development is critical here. It's very important. I understand that you decided to go global because the professional development coaching services in Greece are not so much popular, let's say, as they are abroad. So you decided that you were going to do this from Syros.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there was the opportunity of the COVID and also, yes, the online services. So I'm not exactly a digital nomad, but okay, digital resident here, let's say. But I think what you mentioned in the beginning, the continuous development, is really important for every business. Okay, first, you will see first businesses, okay, they start and then they grow. And then sometimes they remain stagnant. If they remain like that, then they might fall. So that's important. You need to develop continuously with your products, your services, the market, the funding, seeing the economy going forward. That's important.
Of course, going global with a service is much more easier than the businesses, but it is challenging. Professor Protogerou has a question for you.
First of all, congratulations. I agree with what Aimilia said about your presentation. It was very concrete and very broad and with a lot of guidelines. I would say that this can be a guide for people that, as you did, want to work in a more, let's say, friendly place, but at the same time be a global entrepreneur, especially woman entrepreneur. So this perhaps is a task that you can develop with a partnership with other people, because I find it very, very helpful and very timely. Now, I would like to, as you said, there is a new profession there, and how important is for the several regions that are in Greece to, in their strategy that they have, if they have, but they have to think about it, will have a special, let's say, area for example, the European, the ESPA projects or others have a special, let's say, chapter for how to promote the entrepreneurship for women, and through these types of attracting people in this. We heard also the lady from Kalamata that they want to attract people, and at the same time, people that are dealing with these issues can get knowledge transfer from other countries. That means have the ability or the support to go also and see other countries. How do they work in this profession, because they are also in other places, and how you can have a network or a partnership with some these consulting type which I believe that is very, very important. Now, a question that I have is, from all the prerequisites that you said about the barriers and the drivers, what is the one that is missing? First of all, a driving force that is missing, and what is something that is promoting this whole process from your experience?
I think, okay, as you say that, I'm thinking, I think what is missing is the risk-taking culture. And I don't know if it's missing in Greece, and especially missing in Greek women entrepreneur or in women entrepreneur. But we are used to work more, let's say, in boundaries and to be sure about our results. We want to be sure that we are going to, okay, to perform and going well. We don't take so many risks. Maybe it's our culture, maybe it's the way that we grow, but entrepreneurship entails this risk. And I think we don't have this culture or training or whatever education towards risk taking. And okay, there is funding, because I would say also funding. There is funding, but how is this funding directed? This is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some funding is lost. And also there is not, especially okay for startups, they need this entrepreneurial, let's say, training, education. Yes, we go, we have the idea, we create our product, we find the first funding. Okay, now we create a business. How do we do that? And how do we run the business? I think that's something. And okay, communities, international communities can really help. That's what I can see. And if you really see the benefits of this networking, then you can benefit a lot. I think you have to see, you have to open there and see that. And okay.
I have also a more general question. I believe that women bring in the whole entrepreneurship activity a new, let's say, fresh air about how this can be performed. And I believe that this is a stereotype that women are a bit not so organized, or they are not very, let's say, powerful, etc. I believe that this is a wrong stereotype, which is a barrier indeed, because I see also from the university that women more and more are prepared and ready to contribute also to the entrepreneurial development or innovation development. So perhaps this is an issue that perhaps you have to, not only you, but of course the whole people, the women entrepreneurs or innovators or other professions, they have tried to push on that, because I believe that this is very good for them, because we need inclusiveness, but also at the same time is very good for the quality of growth and development, because in Greece, I believe we have right now a problem of quality of growth and development. So there, which is broader term than growth. So I believe that the contribution from the women's side, it could be very, very important and very interesting, and also very, let's say, successful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very promising also that we need so many young people here, young women who are very ambitious and they want to push, as you say. And we need to push, because even the youngest of us, I think we will not live for another 134 years, as Professor Protogerou said, that we reach the parity. So I think we need to push now for that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I think that what you stressed about the risk-taking culture, and of course, it's this fear of being unsuccessful as well. I mean, we have this fear as, I think this is in our culture. And we have to overcome these internal barriers. So, as we're running late, if there are not other questions from the floor, I suggest that we close the event here. And I would like to thank all of you for being with us and for sharing so many interesting ideas, paths, and journeys. And I hope this has been this can work also as a source of inspiration for our students. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.